What's going on, y'all? Hope y'all having a blessed morning. And if you see this later on, I hope y'all have a blessed day. But I go by the name Church Life, and I just want to talk about a dream that I already talked about on my channel. It was actually my first video that I had put up. But I feel like I got to talk about this dream one more time because I didn't break it down exactly how I really wanted to. So it was basically a dream about the New World Order and the end times. So in the dream, it was two teams, right? It was two teams. It was a good team and it was a bad team. And they both came together for one reason, and that's to hack the world system. That's how the dream started off. It was two teams, one good, one bad, but they both came together for one purpose, and that's to hack the world system, right? So basically, they devised a plan to just overtake the world system. So they started setting up locations, different locations, and in every location, they set a bomb in every location. So after the job was done, they can destroy all evidence of their whereabouts and all that kind of stuff, right? So they end up going back to their main place of operation, and they started tying up the loose ends and all that kind of stuff, and they ended up accomplishing their goal. They hacked the world system and everything. And so the bad team ended up leaving a little bit early, and the good team stayed behind. So they started, so they could finish the work, and so they could tie up all the loose ends. And so next thing you know, the bomb started going off early in the dream. And so they were just trying to hurry up so they won't get caught in the blast radius and all that. So they end up running to the elevator. It was an elevator in the dream, and they ran to it. And when they mashed the button to the floor they're supposed to get off on, the button got jammed. And kind of find out, the bad team ended up hacking the system because they had plans of their own. They had hidden agendas. You know what I'm saying? And kind of find out, the bad team was the Antichrist. The bad team was the Antichrist. And so they end up hacking the system, and the good Lord showed me, even in that part, when they hacked the system, they lost control of everything about that building. And that's what's gonna happen in the end times. Like when they start implementing that chip, you ain't gonna have control over nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's what, and also the elevator symbolizes time too. The elevator is like, it symbolizes time. I just want to add, put that part in there. You know what I mean? So the bad team, which is the Antichrist, they end up hacking the system. So next thing you know, the elevator started going down. It started going down at a real fast pace, and they ain't had no control over it. So right before the elevator crashed, it slowed down enough to the point when it crashed, it didn't kill nobody in the elevator. You know what I'm saying? And the best way to and the best way to kind of describe the first part of the dream, with both of them hacking the system and stuff, is the good team, they wanted to get back to the poor, but the bad team wanted to take from everybody and basically control everybody's lives. You know what I'm saying? And the best way to describe it is kind of like that movie Robin Hood. You know how he wanted to take from the wealthy and give to the poor that's in need. You know what I'm saying? But the bad team, they just wanted to take over everything. You know what I mean? Because they were the Antichrist. So when the elevator finally crashed and stuff, and it came to a stop, when the good team opened the door, right? When they opened the door, they stepped into a new world. A new world. The world that they stepped in was a world of the Antichrist. The Antichrist basically took over everything. They took over the world system, everything. You couldn't do nothing, And in Revelations 13, verse 16 and down, it speak about what I'm talking about. You ain't gonna be able to buy, sell, or do anything without the mark of the beast. And we know it as today. We know it as the chip. So, and I'm gonna leave a link of a video in the description talking about the chip. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna leave a link of a video that I watched that was very alarming, talking about the chip. But the good Lord said basically, we coming into an age where money doesn't exist. Like you can't money isn't tangible like it used to be back in the days. And the bad part about the chip is when they start implementing the chip, because this is what the dream is about. It's about the end times and the new world order. You know what I mean? And when they start implementing the chip, one of the main things that those people was discussing is susceptible to hacking. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the main things they was talking about, and that's the main thing God was teaching me about in the dream. You did what I'm talking about? That's the main thing God was teaching me about in this dream. And so they basically, the Antichrist ended up taking over the whole world. And I'm gonna give you a scenario. I was watching a lady. She was interviewing this guy. She was interviewing the guy, right, about the chip. You know what I'm saying? And she was just asking him different questions, like what it's gonna be like if people start receiving the chip and all that kind of stuff. So basically, he gave her an example. So she went up to a drink machine, right? She said, so if I wanted to drink, I would have to scan my wrist. And the guy was like, correct. So he scanned his wrist, and he was able to get a drink out the drink machine. That's just one little example. Man, look, the chip gonna be so bad, right? It's gonna be so bad in the world, right? That you ain't even gonna be able to use a printer. Like, come on, man, you ain't even gonna be able to use a printer without scanning your wrist with the chip. You ain't gonna be able to use a printer without scanning your wrist. You know what I'm saying? And the type of world we living in now, man, like everything is digital now, man. Everything, it's easier for those hackers and stuff like that to hack the system. And think about it, man. That's all the Antichrist want to do. They want to control the people in the world. They want to control everybody, man. So, man, listen, man. They trying to control everybody in the world, man. They're gonna control you selling merchandise. They're gonna control you going to the doctor. You ain't gonna be able to go to the doctor without the chip. They're gonna control you going to the grocery store buying food, and that's kind of already happening now without the chip. But like in Sweden, it's a lot of people. It's a lot of people that's already implementing the chip there. You know what I'm saying? And it's scary, man, because God speak about this stuff in Revelations. You know what I'm saying? Read Revelation 13, verse 16 and down. It speak about everything I'm talking about. When I get up here and make these videos, man, like I be speaking from an honest place from my heart, man. An honest place from my heart. This is a dream that God gave me. And he was speaking to me about the end times, man. The end times. That's why I do these videos, man. That's why I do them. I ain't making none of this stuff for all this stuff coming from my heart. And it's coming from everything that the good Lord has showed me. It's coming from everything that the good Lord showed me. I ain't making this stuff up, man. Like, this stuff is, man, I'm telling you, man. And like God showed me all this in a dream. When the elevator came to an end and the door opened, they stepped into a new world order. They stepped into a whole new world where the Antichrist had took over everything. You couldn't do nothing. You couldn't buy. You couldn't sell. You couldn't go to the doctor. You couldn't even get a drink. You can't even go to the store to buy food if you hungry. That's how real it is, man. That's how real it is, for real. Like, you ain't gonna be able to do nothing. Nothing. If you get left behind. You ain't gonna be able to do nothing. Like, we really living in a dark time right now, man. God warned us in a dream, and they doing it right in front of your face. They doing this stuff right in front of your face, man. And then there's people that was accepting the chip in the video. I'm gonna leave the link in the description. But there's people accepting the chip, saying it's some people that don't want to take it, right? And then there's some people say, well, I guess that's the new modern look. You know what I'm saying? Like, they consider themselves cyborgs. And they said this just the modern times we in. It's just upgrade to technology. When all they doing is setting it up for the new world order. And this chip gonna control everything you do. You ain't gonna have permission to do nothing. You ain't gonna have permission to do nothing. Real talk. You ain't gonna have permission to do nothing without that chip. It was 2 teams, man. One good, one bad. And then I believe the good team, I believe God was showing me that the good team symbolizes the rebellion. You know what I'm saying? Like the good team gonna rebel against the government, or like wherever this stuff come from. The good Lord showed me that the good team is gonna rebel against it. That's what God showed me in the dream. And they just gonna rebel against it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's just showing you like no matter how many good deeds, no matter how many good deeds you do, if you ain't down with God, all of it gonna be in vain. So it don't matter what you do. If you ain't with God for real, it's gonna be in vain. It's gonna be in vain, man. And I'm starting to realize that, man. That's why I'm dedicating myself, like with all my heart, with all my might, with all my being, to serve the Most High and spread His word. I'm just trying to spread His word. I'm trying to spread the gospel, man, because I feel like this is a time where we need the gospel for real. Everything I'm talking about is in Revelations. And God gave me a dream talking about this. Come on, man. It's time for the church to wake up for real, man. It's time for the church to wake up for real. But I love y'all, man, and I ain't angry, man. I'm just speaking from a passionate place, man, because when I talk about this stuff, man, it does something to me. I get the chills. It be sometimes where I just be crying, just talking to the good Lord, man, because it give me the chills, man. To think like, Dad, we really are going into a new world order now. Like everything is really changing in the world. But I just want to say thank y'all for listening, man, and I hope I explained that dream a little bit better than the first time, because the first time I explained it, it was my very first video, you know what I'm saying, that I ever posted about talking about this stuff. Because God give me a lot of dreams, man. I just don't talk about all of them because some people don't even believe you. Like, they think you be making this stuff up. Like, it's... All right, I get it. It is people out here that make stuff up like this. But, man, I'm telling you, man, like, this come from a real, real, real place in my heart. For real. I promise you. Like, it's alarming, man. It's alarming. All this stuff alarming. I don't talk about everything that the good Lord showed me, because some people won't be able to digest it. Some of this stuff won't digest well because, for one, it might make them feel convicted. For two, God's speaking false prophets. Some people ain't gonna believe it. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. I get why people get like that, but I pray y'all listen to this because this is real. But it's church life, man. I love y'all, man, and I pray everyone have a blessed day, man. For real, man. Like, I really love y'all, man. Like it's crazy. Like, I love y'all for real. And whoever listening, man, I pray that this bless someone. I pray that this wake somebody up so they can start preparing themselves for the second coming of Lord Jesus, because the rapture is literally right around the corner. I feel like we really, really, really are going into those times. For real. But it's church life, man. I hope y'all have a blessed day, man. And I love y'all.